Hi, my name is Moon Title. I'm a healing practitioner in Burlington, Vermont, in the United States. And earlier today, in a workshop I was facilitating, some questions came up about EFT, emotional freedom techniques. And I know I've made videos in the past, but I think it's been a while, and my recollection is the one I made wasn't that good. So I wanted to make a new one. So if you're here and you're unfamiliar with EFT or you're looking for a refresher, this video is for you. So, emotional freedom techniques comes to us from the fields of energy psychology and the meridian system in acupressure technique. It is a very simple self-help technique that you can use by the end of this video for yourself. And it's also a very deep technique that can be used in the healing practitioner-client relationship. And one of the things I really love about it is I feel like EFT really teaches us, and everyone learns from the process and practice of EFT as you continue with it. And I love the moment when I see there's this moment where my clients and my students where EFT has become their own practice and the EFT is teaching them. And that often happens relatively quickly. And it's a really beautiful moment for yeah, it's just a very powerful tool for self-regulation and for healing and clearing of deep blocks and traumas in our system when used in a skillful and loving manner. And so one thing I want to share with you about my approach to EFT is I never think about tapping something away. I always think about coming into deep connection and relationship with. So that is my personal approach. So, for example, if you're angry about something, if you're upset about something, if you're feeling ashamed, for example, or even if a part of your body is hurting, my intention when I come to tapping isn't to, push away my shoulder if it's hurting or push away myself or my shame. It's to bring presence and connection to. So EFT is tapping at various points on the hands, face, and body, and utilizing language to help the tapping focus in our systems. And it's really powerful what happens once you get in flow with it. Your subconscious kind of bubbles up information and insights, and you just keep flowing and working with it. So there's a general formula, which I'm going to teach to you now, and there are hundreds and hundreds of different ways to do EFT. But a general formula is you start with a statement, even though, and we start tapping on the side of our hands. So these are the beginning tapping points. So let's say, even though I've got a crick in my neck, or even though I was really angry yesterday, even though I don't like what just happened earlier, something like that. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So you tap on the side of your hand, doesn't matter which side, and you repeat that general statement 3 times. It could also be, even though I was really angry yesterday, deep down I'm okay. Or even though I'm mad about a lot of the things happening in the world, I choose to bring peace to my heart. Even though I'm devastated by much of what's going on in our world these days, I choose to bring peace to my heart and healing to the world, just for example. And then you come up to the next point after the eyebrows, the beginning where the eyebrows begin, and you can't do it wrong. There's no way to do it wrong. So, and you can hold the points depending on your nervous system and what feels good in your body on a given day or moment. You can rub the points. You can tap really lightly, and you can tap really vigorously. So this EFT is an art, and you can't do it wrong. So just bring in whatever you'd like to work on, and you just name it here. So I'm working with all the devastation and destruction in the world. You come to the side of the eyes, the wars, under the eyes, environmental degradation. This is right on the cheekbones. And just to say, usually when you're tapping, you'll be more specific. The more specific, the better with EFT. I'm just kind of doing a general one that might kind of work or apply for everyone all together. For example, I feel pain around my heart when I think of all the pollution in East Palestine and the train derailment that just happened. I feel anger in my chest and the pit of my stomach when I think about the government response. I feel helpless, like my arms are flailing when I think about the people, the animals, the land, the water. You just tap. I'm forgetting to name the points, so I'm just going to go back just so you have them. So we did eyebrows, side of the eye, cheekbones, under the nose, coming to the chin, just below the collarbones. And then you come underneath the armpit. If you're a woman and you wear broads, where a bra strap would be, you just tap here. You can either do one side at a time, the way I'm doing here. You can do both sides with your arms crossed, depending on how comfortable that is for your particular body. Or you can do my favorite, take this part of your hand and tap like this. When I work with kids, we call this the funky chicken. And we laugh a lot when we do it, which also really helps the tapping. And then you come up to the top of your head. And this whole time, you can either be silent or using the language. And for the top of the head, you can come around in a circle like I am. You can twinkle your fingers like raindrops, like that. You can circle or you can hold, just like with any of the points. And then we come to the hands and the fingers. So I like to do the inside of the wrist, and I do both of mine at the same time. That. Then you just come down, top edge of the fingers and the thumb, just to the side of the nail bed, just like that. All of them on the top, except the ring finger, which is underneath. And if you forget, it doesn't really matter. Then the pinky. Then you come to this fleshy point in between the tendons of the ring and pinky finger. Just tap in there. And then what I like to do is I come back to the side of the hand where I started. And I restate my statement from the beginning if I can remember it or something similar. Even though I'm feeling really down, angry, and helpless about all the destruction in the world, I choose to bring peace to myself and the world around me. And I know that I'm safe and loved. And it just kind of came out at the end. And that's how I close. So that was a very brief introduction to EFT. You can find more on it on my YouTube channel, more on it on lots of YouTube channels and the interwebs. And if you want deeper personal support, feel free to reach out. Okay, have a good rest of your day. Bye.